If you've struggled with the concept of meditation and getting to this place of silence, then I think this is going to help, because I struggled with this for a very long time. I thought I knew what meditation was. I thought that I was in this place of silence when really I was just trying not to think. So if you've ever tried meditating and you feel like you're just trying not to think, I hope this helps, because this will show you exactly how to get into this deep, deep place. And it comes from a message that came to me. And every so often when I'm writing, I get these cool messages that come to me in my writing, and it shows up in this kind of rhyming fashion with some powerful knowledge embedded inside. So when thinking about how I meditate and get to this place where I call my room, this came to me. So breath creates the space. So the first key is breath when it comes to your meditation, and understanding really what breath means, because it's more than just breathing. Breath creates space. I, or me, capital M-E's, soul, self, exist in the space between the space. That's the space between the space of your cells and everything inside of your body. So when I can't find me, I breathe to create the space to free me from underneath. So when you are in your body, when you are focused on the external world, when you are focused on your senses, and you're feeling all sorts of emotions and everything else, and you lose a sense of self, breath is the way to get there first. It's the way to slow things down and finally release from underneath. So when we talk about breathing, specifically, we're talking about diaphragmatic breathing. So not like most people do. We're talking about so you're pulling from your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is like a plunger pushing up and down, and it's pulling all of the air into your stomach, up into your lungs, up into your head, and then exhaling out of your mouth. So the important piece of this is, as you're breathing in, we want to be imagining that we're pulling in all of this positive energy. We're getting positive energy pulled in, getting pulled up into us, and you're imagining that inside of your head. As you're imagining this come inside of your head, we need to have vision. And the reason I'm putting the second is because even during your breath, there should be a vision and imagining positive energy coming in. And as you're imagining the positive energy coming in, is we are then taking the negative energy and we are pushing it out. So we're removing the negative energy as we are blowing it out, imagining the stale energy that's inside of you coming out. And as you breathe in, we're pulling in this positive energy. Negative energy goes out. That's why we have vision second. You're going to notice I talk about, as you begin to rise, you sing and rejoice, use your breath to find his voice. For in the resonance of your word is the way for you to be heard. And when your voice is heard, the door is open and you are awoken. Every word is specifically capitalized as well as caps locked. So you is your individual true self, that is your soul. The importance of your resonant voice is to connect your heart and mind, which you'll see down at the bottom. What I'm talking about with the resonant voice is, if you're to do an out breath, and you can make that noise where it vibrates from, you can pretty much your heart all the way up through, you should feel it vibrate. It's a resonating voice. For ladies, it's your true voice. So it might be a singing voice where you're authentically being yourself and letting yourself just freely sing, and you get this little vibration that comes through here. It's your resonant true voice. That's why it's important. Okay, now that we've got our first two, we can start talking more about this voice. Now, the last part of this here, talking about voice, and swallow your ego, lock him in as you separate in silence within. Sink down in deep, look inside, connect your heart to mine, and become divine. That is saying that as you sink down, so visually, as you're doing your breath, as you're doing your resonant breathing, you want to imagine mind is sinking down into heart, right? There will be like a feeling of separation that occurs. And as each out breath, you're literally pushing all of the air out, the importance of that diaphragmatic breath, and exhaling all of your air and sinking down into your heart. And as you start to sink down, you're going to get to this point where you got to stop breathing for a minute, okay? Your ego's going to kick in, tell you, you got to breathe, you got to breathe, you got to breathe. You're going to stop breathing for a second and your eyes are going to be closed, but there's going to be like a shade that comes over them. And all of a sudden, you're going to resume breathing automatically without you having to do anything. Right? That is the part where you've broken through and you've connected your heart and your mind together, which means you are actually in the room with your true self. That's like in my room. So you're sitting in your room, in your heart center, with your true self, consciously. Or I guess technically you're in a different state of consciousness. And when you're in that place, that's where you have to be willing to swallow that ego to get in. You're now able to connect to self, have that conversation, ask yourself anything you want, get guidance, and really like you can get a lot of knowledge about yourself and understanding of things that have occurred in your life, as well as make plans and insert plans into your future so that you make sure you achieve them as you go forward. It's just going back to this here, like the importance of understanding that our breath is all of it. Like we have to be having breath, and specifically, 3 to 5 minutes or 3 to 5 breaths. If we need more, go for it. Like take your time with it, but 3 to 5 should be good. Like 3 to 5, I say 3 to 5 minutes of really, really deep breathing. Let's just go there. Imagining the whole time. So the whole time we're going to be doing vision. Imagining that the positive energy coming in, negative energy is going out, blowing it out through your mouth. Diaphragmatic breath the whole time. All of the air comes out. It should be it should not be like we're not blowing out candles on a cake. Just allow it to calmly fall out of your mouth. That'd be the way I would explain it. And when you get to the point where you think it's all gone, keep pushing the rest out. Like it should be a little bit uncomfortable. You have to press that diaphragm down. You'll get used to it. It becomes easier and easier every single time. And then the piece about voice is that resonant voice, and finding that and allowing yourself to sink in. And when you get to that bottom floor, swallow the ego and step into the room with your true self. Like those are the keys to meditation. And think about for our voice, it's coming this downward period. That's why I'm putting a downward arrows, because you're traveling down. And for here, again, it's probably 30 to 90 seconds of resonant voice. So 3 to 5 minutes, 30 to 90 seconds of resonant voice. And then after that, you can start to give yourself some affirmations as you go into this place. You could get there, theoretically, within 10 minutes once you get really good at this. The fastest time I've gotten there so far is in 5, but within 5 minutes of getting into that deep focus, getting into my room and sitting down there and being able to converse with myself. That's how possible it is for you. It takes some training, but this is the process. So you're understanding like the main key points of how to get there. And then in my other meditations, I have a longer description breaking down exactly what I do or what I think of as I go through the process to be able to get down into that state. So hopefully it helps. Let me know in the comments how it works for you. I'm really curious to hear